with the COF index. Instead today we're going on to 1.2 of topic 1, measuring global interactions, which is global core and periphery. We'll be looking at 1.2.1, which have you all downloaded your learning pack?
I didn't download paper 3, I downloaded paper 1.
As you're higher,
And mine is extremely slow in school. So
okay. If you haven't done it already, we'll take notes today. If you haven't done it already, this evening make it a priority. Download the paper 3 learning packs, okay? Very, very important for our lessons. It will make things smoother. 1.2.1 discusses spatial pattern of global interactions through the mapping of core areas at the focus of interaction, network hubs, nodes, and the peripheries and areas relatively unaffected by these interactions as well. And we need to find out where those unaffected areas are. Now, core and periphery. Without even looking at a textbook, Tamara, sorry, can you tell me, in your own words, what do you feel core means?
Like the center of something.
The centre of something. Very good. Could you give me an example, please, Zaid?
the core of the earth.
Very good. That's fine. Yeah. Doesn't have to be to do with economics. Periphery. Huda, maybe a bit harder to explain. Can you put it in your own words? What do we mean by periphery? Don't know? Okay. Let me break this down for you here, Huda. We've got core at the centre of the earth. So therefore, what would the periphery be? The edge of the earth. Thank you. You've now answered the question. So let's now put it in a different context. Let's say the core of the economic world is London, or the United Kingdom, Europe. Can you think somewhere in the world, Huda, that you might say would be an example of a periphery? Good. Why?
Because we don't have treasury and secondary.
So you do know. You don't know. You said I don't know, didn't you? You do know, Huda. Well done. Okay? That's it. It's nothing more complicated than that. But unfortunately, you're going to have a 15-mark essay to write. So what we've discussed so far won't, as we say, cut the mustard in an exam, which is why we need to spend, yeah, I know. We're going to have to spend a number of lessons on core and periphery. Okay? Let's scroll down and we'll start. Scroll down to the right document first. Natasha, do you have a note from a teacher?
I'm gonna go to
Where have you been?
Miss K.
Miss K? Why?
The options.
During my lesson?
So,
Talk about it after the lesson. Okay, task 2, mapping core areas, mapping the top 12s. Did anyone, who did download this?
I'm downloading it now.
Okay, stop recording. Let's map the indicators of cores and periphery. On the blank map, I would like you to use the insert function, shapes, and just add a small dot or circle for the top 12 of each of these indicators. It's over to you now to do it. All the links are there. Please open the links and then start adding the data. So for example, could you please take the top 12 from the Global Finance Index from the following link, Wikipedia, okay? Then repeat for the other 5, and we should be done in 15 minutes. So over to you, please. If you need technical assistance, put your hand up or work together. 15 minutes. Please add the dots. Now, are you going to do dots in all the same colour?
No.
different shades.
The different shades, I would prefer that if you do that in your own time. I don't want to waste time in class you doing green for finance and red for something else. Just do the dots for now so we get a clear representation of where the core and the peripheries are in the world. 15 minutes, off you go. Today. This one, number 1. Download that. Is the link okay? Did it open? It's 15 minutes of observations. Rather than you tell me, please, we're going to answer a question quickly on the board. Is there one on the board? Yeah. So, a typical, not paper 3 question, just a bit of practice on some easier questions first, because we're not up to standard yet to do a 10-mark essay, nowhere near. So let's just do some basic observation here. 1, please describe the core and periphery pattern. Oh, well, let's say that's a 4-mark question. 2, explain your observations. Before you start, Tina, can you please tell me, can you describe the core areas of the world?
The core areas of the world are basically Europe.
Yes?
Europe is the core area, mostly. And
Is it?
No.
Why do you say... Hey, okay, Tina, no problem. Who said no? Why that?
China seems to be more... has
Region,
more-
region, not countries right now, region.
Asia.
Asia. Explain yourself.
Most probably because of China, because it has the highest level of industry in the world. Singapore and Japan also have that quality, which make it better than Europe, as Europe only excels in a few countries,
Okay.
while most of the countries in Asia have high levels.
Well, I wouldn't disagree with that answer, that's very good. Tina, you weren't wrong, but it's just a case that Europe was the number 1 before, but looking at the number, which area has the most dots?
Southeast Asia.
Asia, Southeast Asia in particular. So we could argue which core is the most powerful on Earth now, Tina? What could we argue here?
If Asia has taken over Europe's powers.
Okay, that's fine. Now, Tina, I'm picking on you here. Remind me, what 4 indicators did we just look at?
Internet use.
Internet.
Cell phone.
We didn't look at internet. Cell phone,
Cell phone. The top
airports.
airports, yeah, and the vine.
Can someone help out, please, Malik?
World's busiest container ports.
Container ports
Global finance.
and global finance. So, now, could you maybe offer an evaluation or a critique as to why Southeast Asia came top on our activity here?
Because it's
Let me rephrase the question, Tina. What indicators do you think we could use that would make Europe come number 1?
GDP maybe.
Well done, thank you very much. Very good. Can we have other indicators, please, Omar?
Social indicators such as education, healthcare.
Very good, okay. Are these indicators of development, or are these indicators of being an area, a hub where things happen, come in and out all the time?
Development.
Yeah, so maybe these indicators are for a different lesson. The question I asked was a very difficult question, Tina, but I just wanted you to start thinking about maybe there's a reason why Southeast Asia came top and not Europe. I'm just saying, if we use different indicators, maybe Europe would come out on top. It's not always the way it is. But however, from our lesson, we have definitely established, Huda, what 3 areas are the core areas of the world.
Countries,
No, regions.
Asia,
Asia,
Europe,
Europe,
America.
thank you, North America. And which areas are the periphery, Lin Shami?
Africa,
Africa, Middle East, Lin, I'm coming back to you. You're not going to get away with this. Natasha?
Africa,
Natasha,
Middle East,
yeah, and
South America, and Africa.
South America. Lean? Can you tell me the answer, please?
Another one?
No? What Natasha said.
Oh, South America.
There, you do know it. Thank you very much. Something else? One other area. Students always miss this area because we don't use the word often enough. That's the problem. Most people will say Australia. But what's the... Don't call out! And don't say Australia. Thank you. What's the region called? Zaid?
Oceania.
Oceania, thank you. This area here. Now, Oceania, is it an LEDC? Well, it can't be, it's a region. But the countries in Oceania, are they traditionally LEDCs, Huda? Australia, is it an LEDC or MEDC? It most certainly is. But they don't seem to be a core area. Let's start thinking why. Look at where it is. Look where Australia is. Why is Australia not the hub of the world? Why is stuff just not going on there? I'm going to pick on you, Lai.
Because trading and all, it doesn't pass through Oceania. It passes through Southeast Asia. And
Can you just tell me why, very, very quickly?
Bad location.
Very bad location. Just think how much it's going to cost a shipping company to start rerouting their routes around Australia. Ships do go there, but do you know the most famous place on Earth, the best location, and that's why it became such a rich island on Earth? What's a very famous port? It figured highly on your ratings. Omar? Singapore. But it was nothing, it was just an island full of rock and grass. And because of its location, it grew to become the most influential trading container port in the world.
It proves as a hub to all of its surrounding countries.
It's such a cliche, but they say Singapore is where what meets what. They say it about Istanbul as well, and Dubai.
East meets west.
Yeah, kind of. But the boats go through there on their way from east to west and west to east. Okay then, so we need to now consolidate, okay? Let's consolidate, let's write this down to just put together what we've been discussing right now, okay? Let's go. Cut.